Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelly. I'm so glad you guys are here. Kind of want to play with these, the new little, what are they called, foreplay palettes from LA Girl. They're a little quad palette. I got them in 3 color stories. I can't remember if there was another one. Picked these up off Ulta. They weren't horribly expensive. LA Girl brand typically isn't, and I actually really like their quality. I've had no problem with them at all. I had one of these shadows, the one in the green, kind of come through a little bit crumbly, but I kind of pressed it back in. It seems to be wanting to stay mostly. So this green shimmer, it's a little bit of an olive green, martini olive green. It's made a little bit of a mess in here, and Ulta doesn't do a very good job of packaging their palettes. I gotta be honest. I'm glad that only that one shade came up busted. The other two the other palettes seem to be perfectly intact. One of them is more of a purpley kind of color story. How's everybody doing? You guys doing good? You know, I'm excited every time LA Girl comes up with a new palette, because I've been pleasantly surprised with their quality. So this is it's a nice kind of like octagonal palette. We've got 2 mattes, 2 shimmers. This one's kind of like a taupey, cool tone shimmer. I think it'll pair beautifully. It's very much like a silver, not silver, yeah, kind of like a taupey, cool toned. I'll be curious to see how metallic-y they look on the eye. And then the other one, first one I was gonna look at because, or the first one I looked at because I thought, well, you know, if it's a different formula, I haven't completely blown it by getting something that I'm, you know, all in love with. It's different. And the truth of the matter is, I didn't need any of these palettes. Neither do you. But if you're in the market for one, you want to treat yourself to something, and it's not going to break the bank. It's less than the price of a latte, and makeup is your vice. There you go. This is the one, this is the first one that I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be it for me. This is a work palette. This is a work palette and then some. So that was super excited. That was super exciting. And then of course, you know, the green, I cannot resist a grungy green. Of course, that happens to be the one that came busted. And then of course, these burgundies they look absolutely beautiful. I'm very excited about the color combinations they came up with. Let's do 3 looks. Shall we? Let's do a look with each of these palettes. I'll try to use all 4 shades in each one, and we'll just kind of see how they look on the eye, see how we feel about them, see if it's a good investment. I'm not a professional makeup artist. You guys know this by now. Lady of a certain age. I didn't get any of this in PR. I purchased these. Nobody's paying me to give you my opinion on them. I just really like LA Girl eyeshadows, and I saw these come out. I'm like, add to cart. I think I'm going to end with the purple one just because I've got this kind of burgundy sweater on. So we're gonna start with my broken palette here. This is, there's 2 mattes, like I mentioned earlier. One of them is a lighter matte. I'm gonna start with that one. And I do have just a little bit of the Joa Cosmetics Concealer Serum that I was using underneath my eyes, and I just kind of drug it up over the top of my eyes too. So that's the only kind of eyelid primer I have on right now. I just took that matte shade all over my lid. It seems to have applied very well. Not like ridiculously opaque where it's white. It's actually just a nice vanilla shade. So that to me is going to be like my inner corner highlight, maybe my little bit of a brow lift. We're going to go in with this mid-tone, kind of lighter brown in here. Here's the thing. It's got like a olive, kind of greenish yellow undertone to it. And I tend to like a super dark shade on the outer portion of my eye. However, that's a good work shade. I would absolutely wear that for work. I'm just gonna flip my brush over a little bit here and blend out that top. My eyes are feeling slightly tired today. We had a pretty big weekend, so I'm still kind of recovering from that. I'm gonna take this green right here on my finger, and I already know it's super creamy and smooth because I had to press it back into the pan. I didn't use anything when I pressed it back in the pan other than my finger. I didn't, you know, put any mineral oil or anything else. I just kind of made sure it was all in there and kind of gave it a good squish down. That's beautiful. Not too heavy. If you're someone who isn't sure about green eyeshadow, that might be a great way to play with a little bit of it without being like over the top, in your face, pow, green eyeshadow. All right, it's very, very subtle. I feel like, you know, that all over a lid with maybe a bronzer would give you a really simple, clean, nice look. I don't think you need much more than that. I'll try to clean up my finger a little bit here. I really wanted to use this shade right here because it seems to be, it's a little bit of a firmer consistency than the green. I'm gonna put a little bit right here in the center. See if I can tell the difference. Oh yeah, that's actually kind of pretty. Gives a little tiny bit of lift right to the roundest part of my eye. Thought maybe it would give it a little bit more roundness. It feels very clean and light and fresh, not super heavy and opaque. I'm just gonna take what's ever left on this brush and kind of blend in that brown shade. This being as light as it is, a light kind of daytime friendly, also feeling very glasses friendly. Yeah, I think that's a nice, clean, simple, cohesive look. I don't have a problem with that. Maybe put some mascara on. Okay, keeping it super simple, just a quick coat of mascara on. It's a little subtle for me. I think it's a good glasses day. So let's try the other palette and let's see what this one looks like. Again, I'm gonna go in with kind of a fluffy brush. I'm gonna start with the one of the lighter of the two mattes in here, and a little bit of kick up, kind of what I would expect. This is the one that I was thinking, oh well, this is gonna be my everyday palette because I've got that lighter brown, I've got the darker brown, I've got a couple shimmers. Super easy, well thought out, seeming to be very curated together. Quality is what I would expect from LA Girl. And these shades, these particular shades right here are a little bit more subtle. I wasn't expecting them to have a lot of color pop punch, but I'm gonna actually go into this dark brown in here. It's almost a black. If you look at it, it looks a little black, but I think it's got a brown undertone to it. Tapping off the kick up. Let's see how pigmented this really is. All right, I'm loving this. I'm loving this for every day. And I know I just went a little bit more dark and heavy and smoky and saturated because I wanted to see if I could get work look out of, or get dark enough for date night. And I'm gonna say absolutely. I'm gonna blend over the top of it with one of the shimmers. And I'm gonna take a little bit of this down here to kind of smoke out that eye. I love that. Wow, that's a beautiful shade. Like I said, it's a rich brown, almost black. I really like it. Okay, so I've got two shimmers in here. This one seems a little darker than this one. I'm gonna take the darker one first. And very creamy, beautiful, like sable brown. And I'm just pressing that onto my lid. I'm gonna take it a little bit over the darkest shade, that darkest matte on the outer portion. It is a nice, like cool toned kind of bronzy shade. That feels gorgeous and sexy and rich. Okay, I'm gonna take this lighter shade right here on my finger. And this one feels a little bit more gold, as in like a little bit of a lighter, almost like a champagne undertone to it. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. This is a win for me. This is a win. Let me clean up my brush here a little bit. I'm gonna take that mid-toned. Now the brushes, I've got two different shades on, right? So I've got the darker shade on one side of the brush. I'm gonna take the shade that I used, the lighter shade on, and I'm just gonna dust that down here a little bit, kind of tie in, smoke it out. This is a win for me. This is the one that's in brown that says Seduce. Seduce is a win. I don't even have mascara on yet. Let me put some of that on, I'll be right back. Yeah, I love. This is all me. This is, you know, the cool tone browns. Seduce. Seduce is the way. That's the one. That's gonna be my go-to every day before I even try on the pink one. I already know that's my favorite. The green is okay. It's just very pastel-y and soft and subtle, and I'm usually a bit more of a, let's do smoky eye. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take both of these off, and we're gonna try the burgundy one, the pink one. What is this one called? This one's called Feel Good, so we're gonna try Feel Good here in just a second. Be right back. All right, all cleaned up again. Let me try this last kind of pink palette. This is my favorite. My favorite Rephr 01. If you get nothing from Rephr, the 01 is the brush for me. All right, I'm gonna go in with the mauve-y, pink, plummy kind of shade. That's beautiful. Not too dark, not too light, just right. Kind of building it up just a little bit. No skipping, nothing. And I didn't use it like a serious, legit eyelid primer. I just used that Joa concealer, that serum concealer again. Love it. Love it. Had you guys seen these yet? Have you seen anybody play with these? Has there been any conversation about this being a different formula? Because I'm not seeing anything about it that seems different than their normal, like, larger pan palettes. They just seem to be extremely well curated at a great price point. I will try to remember to leave the link from Ulta down below in case you guys were at all curious and doing like an add to cart thing. That mauve color is very, very pretty. All right, I'm gonna take, you know what? I'm gonna take this silvery shade right here on my finger. Oh, so creamy. Yeah, oh wait, is that more like a topper? Oh, that's a topper. Okay, so that's gonna give you just a little bit of shimmer. I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna go into this one right here. That silvery taupey shade felt very much like a topper. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more opaque, but when I ran my finger into it, I realized it really wasn't. So we're gonna use this shade. I'm getting kind of Valentine's Day vibes now, you guys. Explain to me, like, the obsession with hearts for Valentine's Day. I look at, like, you know, Kate Spade and Coach and people like that, or brands like that do like heart-shaped bags. That doesn't seem very practical to me. And then I look at other brands that have like hearts all over pumps. Pumps themselves can be romantic, can be sexy, can be work appropriate sometimes, but then you throw hearts on them and I'm just feeling like, I don't know, is that like rockabilly? I don't even know what that is. I don't think of hearts and think of any kind of like grown-up romance at all. Maybe if you were 14, hearts would be all the rage, but I'm not really feeling it as a lady of a certain age. Am I wrong? I know I'm not terribly romantic. Like, this has been the bane of my existence. My ex-husband wanted me to be more romantic. I've had exes that wanted me to be romantic. I'm not. My husband right now, he doesn't need me to be romantic. He understands that if there are flower petals all over something, that just makes me think that I have to clean it up. I'm not a particularly romantic person. Okay, I'm gonna take the, these are beautiful together. I got a little bit of transfer down below. I'm gonna take this lightest shade in here onto my inner corner. Just use it to kind of clean up and lighten up, and I'll drag it up above too. You know what, for fun, I'm gonna take it up here and just kind of clean up that brow bone. I love that it's a matte. There's no shimmer with it. My hairs are a little crazy right now. There we go, fixed them a little bit. Yeah, this is nice. Very, very well curated. I'm zero complaints with this little guy right here. Okay, and I think I'm gonna take this one that's, I feel like I should take it on a flat brush. I'm gonna try it with this brush right here, and we'll just pick up a little bit of it. I'm gonna load up this brush a little. And then let's put a little bit of it right here in the center. Oh yeah, that's got like glitter reflex in it. That's kind of pretty. That's subtle. It's not too intense. Oh, I like that. Yeah. And that's just on a dry brush. A little bit of fallout. So maybe if you're gonna do this, do it beforehand. You know, do your eyeshadow before you do your rest of your makeup. And I would expect that glitter would fall out, you know, not necessarily here to the eye. Maybe a little bit of a glitter glue, or like I said, using a damp brush. Use a little setting spray or something like that might make that a little bit easier to adhere and stick to it. Yeah, I like that. Okay, where did my other brush go? I'm gonna grab a little bit more of that purple matte, or that rose colored matte out here. Just a little bit more. Drag a little bit of it down below. I'm gonna use a little bit of a black liquid liner though, I think. So I'm gonna do a quick little cleanup, put on some black eyeliner, maybe some mascara. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I've got some mascara on, a little bit of black liquid liner. This time I use the e.l.f. It's like a waterproof. I think right now it is subtle enough for daytime. Still kind of has that monochromatic look, which I love. I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm gonna take the dark, or the dark shade in the brown palette, and I'm just gonna give myself a little bit. I need a little extra. I'm feeling kind of extra today. I think that this palette right here, in and of itself, perfect alone. I think for me, if I'm gonna go into either of the other two palettes, either the pink one like I just did, or that green one, I'm gonna still reach into this one because that shade is necessary. It's a necessity for me. All right, just a little bit on that because I can't not do a smoky dark eye. This palette gives me all kinds of Valentine's Day vibes. I can absolutely see wearing something like this for Valentine's Day with my husband. Soft lighting, nothing too over the top, not like, you know, rock star wife situation. Just a nice, subtle, pretty. This feels pretty. This feels pretty. This is gorgeous. This, the one that's the one that's called Seduce. Gorgeous. Love that. If I were to rank these, this is my number 3. This one's called Cowgirl. I thought this would be my favorite. I was, you know, I guessed wrong on that one. All right, you guys, I picked up one other thing recently, and this is the Tarte Maracuja. What shade did I get here? This one's called Mixed Berries. Why don't I try it? I've heard all kinds of great things about it. My daughter actually started using this. She said someone bought it for her. I love the packaging. It's cute. And she's like, oh yeah, this is great. I guess you push the bottom like a pen to open it up or to push it up. Oh, that's creamy. Oh my gosh, that feels so nice on the lips. What is this called? It's called a Lip Plump. Juicy Lip Plump. All right. I'm not getting any kind of like weird tingly vibe for it. It just feels nice. All right, this is so exciting. I'm so glad I had a good makeup video, you guys. These LA Girl palettes, I'm not seeing anything weird about them. I do like the fact that they're kind of like an octagonal shape. That gives them a little bit of something spicy and fun. I don't really love the clear lucite packages. These feel a little heavier than some of them, like the ones from Milani. These ones feel a little nicer. Not as cheap as maybe the ones from Elf. Their little quads sometimes can feel a little flimsy and cheap. These actually feel pretty nice. I don't mind the quality of these all. I like the fact, actually, on one hand, I like the fact that it's lucite because then you can see what shades they are. This is an absolute win for me. The one in Seduce, get that one. If you're gonna get any of them, get that one. This Cowgirl one, I'm disappointed in that one. It had potential. Not for me though, not today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna put a little face powder on. I'm gonna go do some editing, get some stuff done. I am still working from my upstairs of my house, as you can tell by the background, because broke my ankle. I've got a little bit more of life disruption before the ankle will be 100% healed and I can be back downstairs in my regular filming space. So I hope you guys don't mind the daylight, the natural light filming. I'm having a little bit more fun settling into filming up here. I hope you guys are doing really well. I wish you guys nothing but love and happiness. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Stick around. I tend to upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Oh yeah, I've got a little tingling with my lips right now. It doesn't hurt. It actually feels nice. It's like a minty thing. There you go. I'm feeling all kind of Valentine's-y right now. I hope you guys are doing really well. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for sticking around with me until my next video. Bye for now.